What's going on, guys? Bao here, back with some new genetic gladiators. So let's get into this video. We're going to be checking out PvP 1 season 188. Yeah, we are what, halfway through? So usually like 13-14 days or something like that. We have 6 days, 20 hours left. We're not too concerned about any of this stuff. We're pretty much just going to use this for leveling. We're just going to try to get to the experts and just get the tokens. That's pretty much it. We don't really need the character. We could use the gold, but I'm not going to go for that because yeah, the rankings are insane. Like, too many people place way too high already. It's insane. Look at this. Like, you're not competing with this unless you're actually doing a crazy ton of fights. Even if you were like getting defensive fights and stuff like that, like the fights are like the amount of fights that like 17k, that's insane. And then the max amount of points you can get is 100. So yeah, I don't know, they need to fix PvP. It's too broken right now to even, it's not even worth playing. The only thing it's worth playing for is gonna be levels. I almost went up for the setup that we have in PvE. Which characters are we gonna use? I think we're gonna use those two. I think that's what we're gonna use. Yeah, PvP is just pretty much all over the place unless you're gonna play a ton. Have a really good setup for defense. Like, it's have some pretty good tags and stuff like that for taking stuff down. I don't know what these tags are gonna be, by the way, because we're pretty much going into this with random tags, because I haven't played PvP in a while, and yeah, I don't know what the tags are going to be. So hopefully we get pretty good ones, because we are just trying to level. That's pretty much all we're going to be using PvP for. Or that's pretty much all we have been using PvP for. Although we're going to have to start getting more medkits, just because you eat a crazy amount of medkits unless you want to spend a ton of credits. Or both. Like, you could use both as well. So we'll see how actually all that works out. We did get a level there. Like, the probably first couple of fights are going to be pretty easy because everyone's pretty high up there in the terms of points and stuff like that. So we'll probably face somewhat not high, but once we start getting up there in points, unless the PvP just pretty much hates us and starts giving us an insane amount of some of level players, but we'll see how it actually works out. Oh, we got Zeus. Interesting. We're gonna have to waste our tag here too. That's actually a pretty good defensive setup. Well, for my 3 characters anyway, just because this guy puts the curse and then this one just pretty much does a ton of damage. Although if his sum of levels was mine, he would pretty much won that. He would have won this fight. Because the shield ability is so broken still. And then of course Try Attack is insanely broken. I don't know why they changed it to where you can actually use it in defense and in attack. In PvP, I don't know. Like, I feel like in PvP, I don't know, how would they do it though? I don't know, there's got to be a way you can use Try Attack, but right now it's pretty much broken. Some really broken skill. Like, it should have never been added into the game. Unless they were to have the sum of all that damage be the amount the other skill would do. But it's not set up that way, so yeah, they got to figure out a thing to change that up a little bit. Like, I think even if they do that, it's still pretty broken because the like cursed ability and stuff like that. We instantly go into a sum of levels 1,000. Oh my god. And we're gonna have to heal on this as well. Like, I'm running, well, we're not really running low on meds, because we can get thousands. It's just a matter of being online and stuff like that. But we're running low in terms of these meds because we had like 7,000 at one point. And the only way to get those is pretty much, well, not the only way. You can actually make them and stuff like that, but I usually just craft and stuff, but I haven't crafted in a while, so yeah, that's why I really haven't gotten too many. Although I usually wait till they have a pretty good reward for crafting, but even then, like, sitting there crafting for hours on end is not fun. Although I think a lot of people use auto clickers now and stuff like that. Honestly, they just need to put that into the game at this point. Like, so many people use it, it's just something that should be implemented into the game. Or let us do multiples of 10 and then a cooldown or something. Like, they need to figure out something for that, because I don't even want to download and set up and like, I don't want to leave my stuff running just to craft. Like, there's just, I don't feel like doing that either. I gotta figure out something though. Yeah, we're pretty much getting closer to maxing out Maiden, which is nice. We're less than 100 levels, finally. Still 100, that's like 90 plus levels, or maybe 80 now at this point, but still, that's still a lot of levels, because the experience is only gaining, it's only going up from here, so we'll see how this plays out and how long this actually takes us. But we should pretty much one-shot all of these, which is nice. I'm not going to use the tag, so hopefully it heals us. We're pretty much using whatever tag we have as well, so if it's good, it's good. If it's bad, it's bad, so we'll see how that plays out for us. I'm probably not going to record too many of these in a row on this one at least. But when I do PvP, that's usually how I do it. I just haven't had time because I've been dealing with other stuff, but I will try to get videos for the entire week done. So that way I don't really have to worry about it, because I know I'm slacking a little bit in terms of that. Is this some of the levels a little bit low? I don't really want to fight that because I don't know our tag and stuff like that, but we're going to do it anyway. Let's see what happens here. So this is not good. If our tag doesn't hit hard here, we're pretty much going to lose. All right, good. The reason I hit him and not Wind Force is because Wind Force, if it goes toe-to-toe with X27, I pretty much kill him. So that's the only reason I didn't attack him first. And I was hoping our tag would one-shot the... Although this thing hits like a crazy amount, so this is going to suck. But yeah, look at that. Pretty much one-shotted Maiden. I mean, Maiden's not at max HP, but still, that is a ton of damage. Yeah, this is pretty much meds we're wasting at this point. I mean, we're gaining levels though, so I guess there's that. But yeah, see, look at that. The amount of experience you get in this is just so good, but it's just so broken, and like there's so much wrong with PvP. Because they didn't really calculate the increase of levels, and like they didn't really I don't know what we should use here. They didn't really factor in all the stuff that they were gonna add in later as well, like orbs, and like, there's so much stuff that they added in after the fact. Like PvP was pretty, it wasn't as bad early on. It was still pretty bad. It was always been broken since the beginning, but it wasn't as bad. There's just characters that were broken, which always changed all the time because we were getting new characters all the time. But yeah, they added orbs, they added multi attack characters. They like, there's just so much stuff that just got changed and added in that just broke PvP even further. So, and I don't really have a defensive setup. I just use whatever character. I have 3 characters that are currently maxed, so I need to start maxing out some defensive characters so I can set those up and have orbs on them. I have the orbs, I just haven't maxed out the characters. Because with the defensive setup, you're going to go with characters that are, well, there's a few setups that you could actually currently use. But it just depends on what you have and what you want to level and what orbs you have. But you have like the Time Bender, A lot of people use Orion. There's a ton of Saber combos with tri-attacks. There's it just depends on what type of formation you want to set up in terms of your defense. Because you got to remember the AI is playing for you as well, so sometimes it's not as smart. So there is that as well. But we'll see what else we can get. We'll do a couple more fights on this. I mean, I usually do about 20 minutes, but I don't even really have to do that, honestly, in PvP. But I usually try to keep it around 20. Not that much. Let's see what we get on this. Top 49% already. 400. Alright, we'll just use this. Yeah, I could actually get a ton of meds and stuff like that. It's just you would have to get on. I don't know. They just need to make the med thing a little bit different, or let us craft upwards a little bit easier, because like crafting right now is just freaking annoying. I forgot how much it actually takes, because you can craft straight up, but I usually craft in the other one. Use like 3 of the med kits to try to craft stars as well and stuff like that. I don't know. With the crafting thing, they need to give us timers and stuff. Have it like 10 minutes or something, like times 10, times 20, times 100, and increase the timer for every 10. I don't know. They need to do something like that. Although I don't know how much I could do now, but we'll see what else we can get. At least we're getting like stuff though, because we're getting characters. We did get the raid and stuff like that, which isn't too big of a deal. Experiment as well, I guess, which is just more stuff to do. But there's other stuff that they could actually work on as well. Why are we getting such a low? I can't really level off of this low level, but then watch, out of nowhere it's gonna spike to like an insanely high level. I don't know. PvP is just like I don't know how they could fix it at this point. Even if they added in divisions, like yeah, they have the divisions in terms of like points and stuff like that, but if they put everyone in divisions and stuff like that, people are still going to abuse it, because all they would have to do is not do it one season and then they would drop down a crazy amount of ranks, sort of like in other games. So you pretty much just make yourself lose a ton, which happens a lot. Like they would just have no defense or like have level 1 characters or stuff like that, unless they made it to where you could only go down 1 rank in a division or something. But even that is still I don't know how good that would be actually. I mean, I would think you would still have people abusing it, but would you face? I don't know if you would face people still with some levels like this and having to change. Like they need to do something about these changing opponent credit prices. It's insane. Like it is like 100,000. Sometimes it goes to, I think the highest I've ever paid was like $500,000. Like this is an insane amount of credits. Even with credit farms, you really wouldn't want to pay that much. So we'll see what happens. I doubt they're gonna fix any of that stuff just because they're working on other stuff or they're working on newer characters. Honestly, if they can get a good pace of new characters coming out constantly, at least like 1 a month would be fine, then I think that would change meta if they made those characters somewhat decent. But then of course they would have the problem which happened before, which doing that makes older characters obsolete, which they're already pretty much not used. So it would just continue to push characters lower and lower and lower, and then they would have to readjust all the characters, sort of like they did a while back, and change a bunch of stats. But I feel like it should be that way though, because all the new stuff should be the stuff you should be using. Like, yeah, the older stuff's there, and then at a certain point they should increase those. Maybe not make them better than everything else, but make them on par with some of the stuff. And then just add new stuff and increase the stats on that. Although then at a certain point you're just gonna have insanely high stats. But they could always just rework that stuff. Because there's already so many characters in the game that it's pretty interesting. Like, you're never going to be able to balance it, so it's not really that big of an issue. 819. You know, let's just use these characters. Let's just use these. I know I'm wasting 2 on that though, but whatever. Let's see if this tag's good enough, or if the characters we face are going to be going against the ones we currently have. We gotta check their orbs because that is the biggest issue, and of course it is going to be an issue on this one because they got level 5 retaliate. We got a level, I don't know, I didn't put it on the level 3, but he got an insane amount of boost on that. We're gonna have to take this character down. Hopefully our tag's good enough. It is good enough. X27 is going to be one-shotted with the retaliate. I guess we can get one more attack off. You know what we could actually do here? Because this doesn't have retaliate, it is going to get the boost, but I'm hoping this barbarian actually does that. So, like, and then it also used its tag. So that's how the AI is not really that smart, because like, if you were actually playing that, you probably would have just left X27 because it would have died either way. But I'm gonna have to attack this. I know this thing's gonna attack both of them unless it just wants to attack one, but we're gonna have to chance it, and we're good. Even with the shield and all that stuff, it should die here. The only reason I didn't try to take this thing down was because I wasn't sure if I was gonna one-shot or not. I know I hit for like one. Do I hit for 190 with this one? Well, I don't know about mythics. Let me see. Yeah, I should hit for 190, right? 150. Yeah, see, I wasn't sure about that because I knew it wasn't going to be 190. I remember that against him, he doesn't hit for that full amount of damage. Yeah, that's pretty much going to be about it for this one. We did get a couple fights in. Nothing too interesting happened. We did get a ton of levels off of Maiden. Maybe the next few are going to be pretty good, maybe not. It just depends on how lucky we get with the matchups, honestly. It all comes down to how lucky you get against the matchup characters, so we'll see what happens with that. But that is going to be about it for this one. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys could like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, follow any of all the things I would appreciate it. We'll talk to you guys later.